What's going on, guys? It's Salvaje. I'm back with another Fortnite Battle Royale intervention, and this is the series where I document my journey as I try to improve at Battle Royale. My supporter creator code is Salvaje, and if you guys hear like a fan in the background or a background noise, I apologize. It's my fan. I have it on because the temperature of my room is equivalent to the Sahara Desert, alright? At noon, by the way. So I do apologize for that. Let's get straight into the video. On the previous Fortnite intervention, I did say that I was going to showcase my building practice a little bit more, so that's what I'm going to have playing in the background. Later on in the video, I'm going to be putting, of course, clips that I have gotten while I'm practicing solos and 1v1s, etc, etc. So, how is week 2 of my Fortnite Battle Royale intervention with, of course, my training regimen? 1 hour of Kovacs FPS trainer, 1 hour of editing, 1 hour of building practice, and 1 hour of playing solos, followed with a couple of more hours of playing solos or duos, whatever it is, right? But I always have to play solo by myself for 1 hour, right? That's the rule. And probably as the series goes on, I'm going to be playing solos for 2 hours. Like the other day, I played solos for about 3 hours. Fun fact, by the way, in those 3 hours that I played solos, I was only able to hold a fossil fuel about 3 times, right? And there were a couple of other matches where I was able to have the fossil fuel, but I instantly got killed by another person with a fossil fuel. What's that? You guys don't know what the fossil fuel is? It's the combat shotgun, goddammit. That thing is literally extremely hard to find because, again, it's a fossil fuel. You have to dig 10 feet deep into the ground, and then you have to get a machine, and then you find the freaking combat shotgun. I apologize for my temper tantrum, but the combat shotgun is a freaking fossil fuel. Alright, look, I'll talk about that later. Let's talk about my progress, okay? When it comes down to my building, as you guys can see in the background, I have gotten a little bit better. 90s have gotten a bit better, but they're still not perfect, right? Sometimes I hit a wall, sometimes I lose momentum. I think I have to learn like 2 more types of 90s, so I gotta work on that. And the retaking high ground is something that I also gotta work on a little bit. I also need to get good at putting up a staircase with a pyramid and a wall, and then like editing those things. I am extremely terrible at that, but the point is that some of the fundamental things that are important, like the double ramping and then, like changing the direction of the ramp or putting up cones and then doing like a slicky, crazy maneuver, right? I've gotten a little bit better at those things, right? So that's progress, right? That's what this series is all about. It's, again, showcasing my progress. When it comes down to aiming, oh boy, Kovacs FPS aim trainer, I love you, man, because my aim has gotten so good with Kovacs, right? I've been playing, again, 1 hour of Kovacs every single day, 30 minutes of Ascended Tracking V3, and 15 minutes of Tile Frenzy and 15 minutes of Tile Frenzy 180. But I think I'm gonna extend my Ascended Tracking V3 aiming to 45 minutes in the future. Today I did 1 hour of Ascended Tracking V3, by the way, because I've noticed that with the shotgun, something that I like to do a lot is track. And I'm really, really good with it as well. I've been winning a lot of shotgun duels. I've been winning a lot of duels with an AR due to the fact that my aim has actually improved. Before, I used to play Team Rumble. Back in the day, I used to play Team Rumble. I would sometimes struggle to get to 20 kills. Now I get 20 kills literally messing around. Which is funny. Again, I don't really play Team Rumble to practice getting good at Fortnite because I don't really think it's a good idea unless, of course, you need the basic fundamentals of the game. That's where I learned all the fundamentals in LTMs like 50v50, Team Rumble, etc, etc. But whatever, right? Long story short, my aim has been improving a lot, and I'm pretty sure it's going to keep getting better and better. Something that I have noticed, and the reason why I've noticed that my aim has improved a lot, is because sometimes I get extremely nervous playing solos, or sometimes I even get nervous also when I'm playing duos because we're in a high pressure situation. Long story short, I'm like really, really nervous, and I just land all the shots that I need to land. And the reason for that is because, of course, muscle memory, because I've been putting in the time in Kovacs, and I have also been putting in the time in Fortnite. So overall, my Fortnite aim has been able to improve a lot. And when I put the clips for 1v1ing or my solo matches, you guys are going to be seeing the improvements, okay? Definitely look back at week 1 and my aim on those clips, and now look back at my aim on week 2 and see how I'm actually landing more shots. And shotgun duels are ending almost immediately when I have the fossil fuel in my hands. Okay, so my biggest hurdle is that I get really nervous playing the game sometimes. Not really if I play Team Rumble for challenges or if I play squads or duos, but sometimes I do get nervous on duos, right? Because we're in a lot of high pressure situations. But solos is probably my biggest hurdle, my biggest obstacle at the moment. I do get nervous when I'm playing solos because it is a really challenging mode. You only have one life, and dying in solos means that you have to go back into BR Island, start farming again, and maybe you get killed again. And that means that the progress of getting good just keeps getting delayed and delayed. So, look, the mindset that I have right now, it's all about the long term, right? I don't really give a shit about the short term, right? So in a way, dying in solos isn't really a big deal for me because I feel like I'm in the mindset of, well, I gotta focus on what I want in the future, and if getting my ass kicked in solos for, you know, a ton of matches means that I'm gonna get good at solos, then I have to do it. There's a quote that says, never give up what you want most for what you want today. Alright, and if you're trying to improve at Battle Royale, I think you should definitely apply that mindset. And honestly, that quote is also one of the reasons why I've been able to sort of keep on going. Like I said the other day on my community tab, every time I fire the tactical shotgun, I lose a little bit of my sanity. Dude, it's so bad. Alright, it's terrible. I mean, if at close ranges, you guys are going to be seeing the clips, it's really, really decent. But if your opponent has a combat shotgun, like 8 out of 10 times, you're going to lose. And if you're a great player and you can build, I'm going to say about 6 out of 10 times, you're going to lose. Because here's the thing, here's the formula, right? Tactical shotgun fires slower than the combat shotgun. So if you're going on a 1v1 against someone that has a combat shotgun, the guy that has a combat shotgun already has an advantage over you. The drum gun is a really good counter to the combat shotgun, but sometimes the combat shotgun just destroys it. And let's not forget that the drum gun is a fossil, right? So it's sometimes really, really hard to find. Look, long story short, I'm a little bit sort of frustrated with the current state of the game, but again, I can't sacrifice what I want most for what I want today. I'm going to sort of use this as an opportunity to realize, hey, you know what? I'm just going to make the best of what I got. And in a way, I'm also training my mindset to just deal with the bullshit that Fortnite has sometimes. The goal with this series is not just to be a great Battle Royale player. It's also to be a great Battle Royale player that isn't raging and looking for an excuse of why he died every 5 minutes, right? Like, I know a lot of great players that they're really good at the game and they're beasts of nature, but every time they die, they just look for an excuse on why they died. Even a lot of big, really great streamers do this stuff. And honestly, when they do it continuously over and over and over again, it just gets annoying. That's one of the reasons why I don't really watch a lot of streamers and why I sort of stick to a lot of, you know, specific streamers, right? I'm not gonna lie, right? Sometimes, you know, again, I get very angry at the game, you know, and then I start complaining as well, right? That's normal, okay? It's okay. The truth is that we have neurological pathways that, in a way, make us the way we are, and we are slaves to our habits, and our habits are really, really hard to overcome, which is why I don't judge people if they rage every time they get fucking clapped in the game, but I don't want to have that mindset. I want to change my habit of complaining every single time that I die, or having the mindset that I died because of bullshit, or because, you know, this opponent had a freaking, you know, high ground on me and I didn't, right? Like, a great player is always going to be able to adapt. A great player is always going to be able to sort of outplay his opponents. And there are many circumstances in Battle Royale where you literally can't do anything. Like, for example, the current state of the fossil fuel. It's literally extremely hard to find. And sometimes, as you guys are going to be seeing in some clips in the background, I am able to have the upper hand on my opponents because I have a fossil fuel and they don't. Or they have a fossil fuel on me and I don't. So I basically get destroyed. But the point is, I want to step away from that mindset of blaming the game or blaming whatever the hell it is, you know, after I get eliminated, right? Because the truth is, from my experiences in raging in video games, like, when you're raging at a game constantly, you're just not enjoying yourself. You're just not having a good time. So that's why every single time that I get destroyed, right, and I say I couldn't have done anything, this player's better than me, you know, the combat shotgun is so OP, he had one, I didn't. I also like to ask myself, what could I have done better in that situation? You know, what could I have done? What could I improve on so that this situation doesn't really happen again? What should I do next time I find myself in one of these situations, right? Like, I want to ask myself those questions because I want to improve my mindset when it comes down to the game. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm raging at the game constantly, I just you know, I just don't really enjoy it, and I don't want to play something that I don't enjoy, right? And like I said, it is really, really hard to change your habits and your way of being, which is why human beings sort of constantly find themselves kind of like repeating the same mistakes, etc., etc. But the point is, and it is also now scientifically proven, that you can't change who you are as a person, and you can't change your habits. It is going to take some time, but it is going to be possible. And I'm sorry if you heard like some construction noise in the background. My neighbors are still trying to construct the Empire State Building next door. Earlier in the video, I said that I get really nervous playing solos. That's absolutely the case, and I'm going to tell you guys how I'm currently overcoming that. So, as you guys know, I've been studying the human mind for a couple of years, which I guess kind of gives me a little bit of an advantage, because I know like why I'm acting the way I'm acting when I'm sometimes playing solos or raging, etc., etc. But of course, that's why I'm making the series, because I want to share this damn knowledge with you. Okay, so for the most part, there's a reason why I get really nervous playing solos. Because my subconscious mind, my brain, just isn't used to the fact that I am a solo player. See, for a lot of time, I've been telling myself that I get nervous when I'm playing solos, or that I'm really bad at solos, or that I get destroyed, or that I'm not extremely great at the game. And my brain knows that. The brain always keeps count to every single thing that you tell it, even if you don't mean it, right? So the point is that that's why I get really nervous playing solos, right? Because, you know, I've been telling myself for so much time that I get nervous playing the game, and that's one of the reasons. The second reason is because the brain is designed to keep us comfortable, and it keeps us comfortable by telling us sort of stories, I guess you could say. And sometimes people like to tell themselves stories so that they don't have to deal with hurdles that life sort of has to offer for them. So for example, my brain likes to tell itself a story that I get really nervous when I'm playing solos, and that I should not be playing solos, otherwise I'm going to be getting nervous. I can see past that, and since I see past that, I am able to force myself to play solos. And it's really hard. I don't want to sit here and say, oh, I'm such a badass, I play solos, I don't even care. I have to force myself to play solos, alright? But the truth is that you can't give up what you want most for what you want today, alright? I want to play solos, and I don't want to be nervous. And maybe I want to win a couple of games, because damn have I been choking a couple of solos games. Maybe I get a little bit outplayed. Something that I need to improve on also, it's building at the close ranges. Like sometimes I have about 700 materials and I die to a bot that isn't even building, just because I'm not building myself. I have to get really good at that, but my nerves sort of kind of are holding me back. And one of the reasons why, how I am dealing with that, I mean, is you know guys, the brain likes familiarity. So the more I play the game, the more I play solos, like the more I'm going to be able to, you know, stop getting nervous and stop choking specific fights that I'm not really supposed to sort of choke on. One of the things that I said earlier also is my aim has gotten really good at Kovacs. And yeah, so my aim has gotten so good that it's literally sort of built into my muscle now. And sometimes, even though I'm nervous playing solos, I be getting like, you know, kills that I wasn't really supposed to get, or that I wouldn't get in the past because of my nerves. I have been able to overcome that, and honestly, that's a hurdle that I still need to work on improving, right? The goal is to play solos, not get nervous or anything, you know, just play the game, focus on improving, having a great mentality, and of course being a great battle royale player. You know, ideally I want to be able to win a couple of solo games a day. I want to be able to, you know, play squads and not get carried by my teammates. I mean, sometimes when the John Wick mode was out, I was getting like 10 plus kills, you know, every couple of games or so, or, you know, after each and every game, right? But you know, John Wick mode had respawn, and like there's still a lot of, you know, improvement that I need to sort of put into the table. When it comes down to Kovacs FPS Aim Trainer, I'm not really gonna, you know, show any footage because I don't want the video to sort of be too long. But I will say that I got a high score in Ascended Tracking V3 of 4.9k. And that is extremely crazy. The other day I went ham on Ascended Tracking V3. And just to give you guys a general idea, let me take out my spreadsheet. On day 5, I had a high score of 4,280. Now I almost have 5,000 and I can't break it. I keep getting like 4,200, 4,300. I can't go, you know, I can't reach the 4.9k threshold, but that's good because that means that I have a threshold to sort of go after. In fact, I might slap in some Kovacs gameplay in the background maybe, so you guys can see how good I've gotten at Ascended Tracking. Overall, how do I feel on the first couple of days of week 2? I feel really, you know, I feel like this is gonna be something that's possible, but at the same time, you know, I'm also sort of doubting myself a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. However, I could say that one of the reasons why I might be doubting myself when it comes down to improving at Battle Royale is because, again, like, this is something new that you know, I'm sort of working on. And, you know, the subconscious mind is like looking at all the evidence, and the evidence so far is saying you might not be able to improve. But again, it all comes down to the work that you are going to put in. I can control the work. I can control the work that I put in at the moment. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. That's sort of the strategy that I'm using, you know, since, you know, sometimes I believe I might not be able to get good at the game. In fact, I think Cypher PK, he had like 500 matches or something like that, and he had like, I don't know, around 10 solo wins or something like that. So that's actually not that bad, you know, guys. There's a saying that says you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. In the background, I'm going to have some Kovacs FPS aim trainer because I do want you guys to see my progress, actually. And I will also have gameplay of me doing an edit course so that you guys can see how sort of, you know, fast I have gotten at actual editing. Peace out, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.